I dare say I've bored or annoyed some people by my going on and on about how much I quite like the game Runequest as a role-player game and why it's better than other systems, but it's not perfect. And one thing it gets wrong, I think, is the concept of individual weapon skill. It doesn't get it completely wrong, but I think it misses an important point. Now, in RuneQuest, a character might get extremely good with, let's say, for example, a spear, one-handed long spear, but might not use an axe at all. And so by using that spear in many, many adventures and getting lots of experience with it and training and so forth, his skill in that spear goes up and up and up and up and up, whilst his skill in axe doesn't really do a lot. And this means that at some point when that spear breaks or is taken away from him and he escapes from the prison and grabs the only weapon which is there, which is an axe, he's now in trouble because his axe skill is rubbish. Even though he's a tremendously experienced adventurer and has been in loads and loads of fights, with this axe, he's a bit rubbish. In Dungeons and Dragons and in other systems, the difference isn't quite so great because as you go up level, your basic attack ability goes up. Yes, you may have proficiencies and other twiddly things which make you better with particular weapons rather than other ones, but you do have a sort of general fight skill that goes up. And that's something which I think is true and accurate because, yes, you may get very good at using a spear, but when you do escape from the prison and you grab that axe, you've actually got an awful lot of skills, not to do with wielding the axe, but to do with fighting in general. You're very good, for instance, at looking at the other guy and working out what he's going to do next. That's a major skill. And whether you've got an axe in your hand or a spear in your hand, that's still there. You can look at him and think, I reckon he's going to try this. You've also, when you're using that spear against many, many opponents, you've gone up against people using axes. So you know what they're good at and what you've got to be careful of. So if I've got an axe, which I've hardly ever used, but I'm a really experienced spearman, and you've got a spear, I'm probably still the better fighter. If you're an inexperienced spearman, I'm still probably going to win this one because I know how I get past the point of your weapon and get up close to you. I know what I've got to do because people have tried to do it against me and I've had to fend them off. I know what this problem is. Admittedly, I've always faced it from the other way round, but still, I know what's going on here. I'm very good at judging the moment when to close suddenly with an opponent, when to back off. I'm very good at knowing which bit of my opponent to watch in order to work out where he's going to wield his weapons. I've got an awful lot of skills to do with the way I move my body, my footwork, my ability to dodge, my ability of keeping track of what's around me whilst I'm fighting. I have a general fight skill that's applicable to any weapon, and I think that's somewhere RuneQuest misses that. And actually, and this is rare because I really don't like Dungeons and Dragons, but that's something that D&D possibly represents a little bit better.